Well played, Sorochi. Well played. Damn gorilla. Good God, this arc is driving me crazy. It's more than a battle of good and evil. It's the battle of hope and despair. This chapter is outstanding from top to bottom, with its top-notch choreograph, deep challenging thoughts of life and death, and twists and turns that is preparing to end one part of the arc on a high note. This is a bit challenging to review since it sort of changes my format. I decided to break into two parts, action and dialogue. The latter is crucial to the former because without it, it wouldn't be as awesome as it is. It's one of those gems that Gintama is well known for. The action is awesome, but without words, it kicks ass still. Choreograph is so well done that if Sorochi works on a new series after this, he should try a full-fledged battle manga. The vengeful stares from Kasuda and Sakamoto are profound. They want to kill Ensho so bad. Speaking of him, he continues to be highly impressive. I hate to say it, but thankfully he was outsmarted by trickery. The whole sequence is pretty engaging, all of which is easy to follow, and you can feel the rising tension from each passing panel. One after another they get closer to hit Ensho, but he is too skillful with his two sabers. I also like how they can do more than just a beam saber, so it asks for more variety. It's intense as hell. The action isn't awesome without strong dialogues. This is what makes it engaging and tense. Ensho, despite how much of an asshole and stubborn he is, has some deep words to exchange with everyone. I love how he managed to keep his status like a sorrowful warrior when he sees himself as a man who fights for dead until they are cleansed, while Kasuda, Sakamoto, and others fight for the living until their lives are burnt out. It really separates the thought of good and evil from this final stand. Bonus, he ends on a badass note by telling them that they can go home along with the fallen ship. Savage little bastard. During the action phase, while he was overpowering them, you can grasp his despair and practically became a shell of a former self. The only thing that keeps him going is fighting until he is burnt out. It's kinda sad when you really think about it, but no doubt he has to die. He needs to die now. There are a lot of great quotes in this chapter, and they don't come off like inserts, all of which have deep meaning for not only the battle but the entire war. The reason I have to break up the review format like this is because of how Matoko was incorporated with the dialogue exchange. Watching her hanging alone and thinking that everyone she cared has died is rather dark and depressing. The sight of her practically giving up on fighting is saddening, and that moment has Ensho talking about despair. In short, it translates her character and what she is going through without any dialogues or even monologues outside the very beginning. You bought in that she gave up on everything, and when the hanger breaks, she doesn't react. She accepts her fate. The rebound scene with Kasuda stabbing back at Ensho doesn't contain cheap dialogues of never giving up or friendship, the usual speech that we always come to know in shonen. In fact, this part is awe-inspiring. To quote from the chapter, loving people and hating people will repeat it as many times as it takes. That quote is so good. There are so many good ones that you could practically put it in your profile page. To my surprise, Takachi saves Matoko. No, he's not a ghost, nor is Matoko on her deathbed. Shokaku is also alive. You'll probably be wondering if I should be upset about it. To be honest, I'm not. And it's not because I wanted him to live. In fact, if he keeps it this way, I will highly praise Sorochi for this great move. Allow me to explain. You have heard me pretty convinced that Banzai and Takachi are dead. I bought in 1000%. The same can be said for Shokaku and Bato. What Sorochi did is devilishly genius. He has two moments that are side by side with their death sequence. Bato lost his limbs and can't see anymore, which led him to death, while Shokaku was only implied, but never shown at all. Banzai was a standing corpse with one final action, as well as many signs of his death door waiting for him to enter, while Takachi's death was only implied by crashing. The explanation is believable, and it makes sense on how it was all timed up. Shokaku and his men took care of Takachi's job, and during that time, Takachi couldn't reach him at all. The only way is to regroup in person. Takachi's time isn't up, but Banzai times was. And that's still pretty sad that we have to lose him, but it is what it is. That said, it is genius of Sorochi because of the side-by-side tactic. Yes, it makes me angry at him, but for all the right reasons, if that even makes sense. He really got me. I really bought in. I was almost tearing up for damn sake. This way, he should keep it as it is because it will continue to put us pressure on who will die or not for the rest of the series. Otherwise, that would actually backfire if he pulls the same stunts with others later on. It also makes sense for Takasugi to have reinforcement for possibly one final battle at space. And I can't wait already. The escape pods area is definitely the final stage of the battle. The artwork is clean and great all around. The action set pieces are great to feel the impact, is well designed to follow, and it never felt lost with its moment. The dialogues are nicely written, including Takachi's catchphrase. Yeah, I said it. Never would I think it can be said so grand, but Sorochi did it. It feels so good when Kasura lands a hit on Ensho, and it's not over yet. Now with Tatsuki and the last remaining reinforcements, it's going to be the final stand before we can say bye-bye to space. The one part of the arc is coming close to the conclusion. No doubt it's going to end with a bang. No pun intended. The action is intense, great lines from characters, and twists and turns that really got me, and hopefully it doesn't go overbearing. If it keeps it this way, we are in for an explosive end. I'm giving this chapter a 9. Won't that be messed up if Sorochi decided I'm gonna still kill Takachi's off by having him stay behind the ship and blow it up elsewhere? Yeah, that would be my master plan. I hope he doesn't do that. What are your thoughts on this chapter? I'll tell you what, let's make a bet. Who should take Ensho's head? Would it be Tatsuki, Kasura, Sakamoto, Shijaku, or even himself, or others? Who do you think? I want to make a bet. If you get it wrong, you have to go to see the Emoji Movie. That's why Tatsuki is extra pissed off in this chapter. I can't blame him. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.